most sports polls, it's the end of an era in Dallas after the departure of star receiver Dez Bryant. Lorenzo Reyes details where each side goes from here. USA Today Sports: Dez Bryant's release from the Cowboys on Friday immediately makes him the NFL's most compelling free agent. He may not be what he once was, with a 30th birthday approaching and a supply of what was always limited bursts ebbing away. But Bryant's 6'2", 220-pound frame still makes him a mismatch for many of the league's corners. If he's still serious about expanding his route tree, and able to accomplish the goal in a limited period of time, it could also boost his value. But perhaps rekindled fire for a proud player, one who didn't want to leave Dallas but has also been hearing a lot about his diminished production in recent years, might really make him attractive to potential suitors in need of a passing game spark. These could be the best landing spots for Bryant: 1. Jaguars, perhaps the best opportunity to both win and reprise his role as the number 1 receiver. Jacksonville acts. Bryant's persona should fit a team that exudes swagger, and his catch radius would surely be welcomed by QB Blake Bortles, whose throws occasionally need a large margin for error. Bryant's not going to snag 100 balls on a team built to run and play defense, but he could notch his first 1,000-yard season since 2014 and go back to being a double-digit TD guy. Bonuses: the Jags will visit the Cowboys this year in the regular season, and number 88 is available after Allen Hurns essentially replaced Bryant, and Big D.2. Texans, they've got plenty of leftover cap space. They play 2 hours from Bryant's hometown of Lufkin, Texas. He'd enjoy single coverage opposite star DeAndre Hopkins and might find playing with Deshaun Watson is more to his liking after struggling to find chemistry with Dak Prescott in Dallas. The Texans also played the Cowboys in 2018, but will do so in Houston. More, NFL's most overpaid players: Jimmy Garoppolo, Kirk Cousins highlight list. More, 2018 NFL draft needs, prospect fits for all 32 teams. 3. 49ers, a team on the rise under new QB Jimmy Garoppolo and certainly able to make a nice financial commitment to Bryant. Has no Julio Jones at this point, but this offense capably feeds all types, including big-bodied targets, as evidenced by what coach Kyle Shanahan did during his 2 seasons in Atlanta. The Niners haven't had a 1,000-yard receiver since 2014, and Bryant would nicely complement speedster Marquise Goodwin. 4. Vikings, they are clearly going for it in 2018 and could probably use one more asset for new QB Kirk Cousins. Bryant would find himself sharing targets with Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen, Kyle Rudolph and even Dalvin Cook. But there would be a niche for him given LeBron Treadwell's inability to develop into a possession receiver or red zone threat. 5. Redskins, depending on how hard Bryant is taking your sudden unemployment, and he says it's very personal, he might covet the opportunity to stay in the NFC East and multiple opportunities to face Jerry Jones and his former team. Neither the Eagles nor Giants have the need, or cap space, for an aging, limited player. The Redskins, never afraid to pursue a big name, are a different case. They squirreled away some extra spending money and could still find a significant role for Bryant in their new look offense. Let's start the process. #unbothered #throwup. Thanks, Dez Bryant, at Dez Bryant. April 13, 20186. Patriots, if Bryant's willing to take less than top dollar and go to a team that likely won't restore him to his glory days, then New England might be a consideration. At least I'd get a shot to compete for a ring, while knowing Tom Brady and coordinator Josh McDaniels would maximize the things he does best rather than rely on him to expand his repertoire. 7. Panthers, good team, good quarterback, new coordinator, Norv Turner, who once mastered leveraged Bryant forerunner Michael Irvin in Dallas. Maybe ? Gate. Rams, they've got about $5 left under the cap, though that's hardly the case in 2019, so a backloaded deal would be an option. But they also don't really have a weapon like Bryant in their arsenal. Lastly, this offseason has been a lesson in never discounting the Rams as a potential buyer. Follow Nate Davis on Twitter @byNateDavis.